that is described within this passage. It's converting. It's changing. It's giving these people the opportunity to become His children and to also inherit heaven one day. To the beloved of God. Most people want to be loved. Most people desire to have that within husband and wife relationships. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church. We understand that it's something that should exist between parents and their children. The aged women are to teach the younger women to love their husbands, to love their children. Passages from Ephesians 5:25 and Titus 2, verses 3 through 5. We are to have a love toward God. What is the greatest commandment was asked of Jesus. His response was to love God. We can look at the book of Romans in a number of places and find out what God says about His beloved. If you would, turn to chapter 5. Romans chapter 5, verse 5. After speaking about the need of faith and being justified by it, he says, "Hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given to us." He says, first of all, that because we are God's beloved, then we have that which is shed abroad or poured out. Most translations use this phrase instead of the word shed. They said that it is poured out. And that might be a stronger term. That it's much like as you visit various places, there are watersheds. That is where streams, rivers flow into a body of water, and it's called a watershed because that's where it all pours into. And there's an immeasurable amount of the love of God that He wants to bestow or pour out. Shouldn't we consider ourselves blessed that the God of heaven thinks something about us, not just as a congregation, but as individuals, and therefore pours out His love upon each of us? In Titus chapter 3, verses 5 and 6,